I'm back. Welcome to Gridbusters and welcome to the summer. Wow, we've got around 10 or 11 kilowatts of solar coming from the roof at the moment. And I just want to explain a little bit about where I've been, what I've been doing, and what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. So obviously in the previous videos we finished the solar installation, but you may have noticed that the side of the barn has been rendered. So yeah, been super busy getting all this done with the builder, getting the rendering finished, and we've also rendered at the top there. Still got all of that to point. I didn't really think you guys would want to see all of that. This is not a building work video. So we obviously finished the garage there. Got all of this rendered. And the other thing which we did was this room here. So this was our log store, and the ceiling had started to collapse with these huge oak beams which come across. It had a massive crack in it, and the whole ceiling was starting to come down. So we had to rip the entire ceiling out, and then we decided to concrete the floor. So we had to dig out the whole floor, concrete the floor as well. And we did the same next door in the other log store where we didn't put a concrete floor in, but we had to remove the whole ceiling. And then we had to hand dig. We actually got the digger in here, so it wasn't too bad. But next door we had to do by hand. Thanks, Noel, for helping me do that. So Noel, my brother-in-law, was over here in France at the time, and he helped me clear the store next door. It's about 100 wheelbarrows full of rubble. Gosh, that was a big job. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing over the last few months, just kind of doing other projects. Let me know if you want to see these types of projects. I think it's a little bit out of the scope of solar installation. And the other thing which I have also done is the roadside of the barn. So you can see here we've been doing a little bit of rendering and getting the wall sorted out, filling in all the cracks, getting everything sorted, and we've still got to render all of that, so that's a massive job. So Jude and I will be doing that. It's probably going to take us about a week and a half to render the whole roadside here of the barn. But something very funny actually happened. Dave was chatting away to the local farmer, and apparently we're the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about the house here because of our solar installation, but also the fact that everybody was spotting me up on the roof, and they thought it was very odd that an English woman would be, on the very, very top of the roof here, putting solar panels in and putting the roofing on. So yeah, we're the talk of the town. Everybody thinks it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And apparently some of them even watch Gridbusters, so pretty cool. And the other thing which I've done is I've purchased a Luba 5000 robot mower, which is here, which has been a complete game changer, to be honest, as far as mowing the lawns. Used to take me a couple of days to mow the lawn, and now this thing just goes 24 hours a day mowing all the lawns. And of course, now it's solar powered. Okay, so we are getting 10,900 watts at the moment, which is fantastic. So you can see we're actually pulling 1100 watts, and it's lunchtime and the battery's almost full, which is great. Well, so far the solar installation has been working flawlessly. Usually at this time of year, we're usually using around a megawatt of power per month, and the solar installation has actually been delivering more than a megawatt of power, which is fantastic. And the two 15 kilowatt hour batteries we have are just about a right amount to take us through the evening. So our batteries are normally charged by 5 or 6 p.m. and then the solar, obviously the sun goes down, and then the batteries power the house all the way through till 8 o'clock the next morning or 7 o'clock the next morning, which is fantastic. So yeah, so everything is working, and what I'm actually going to be doing very soon is expanding the system. So what I want to do is add another 20 panels to the roof, which will basically cover the entire roof. So at the moment, most of the roof is covered with solar panels, but not all of it. I've worked out I can fit about another 20 panels on the roof, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to get another couple of batteries, which will mean that if we have a cloudy day, which for instance we did have, so for instance we had a cloudy day a couple of days ago and we only generated about 50%, or about, I'd say about 40% of our power needs were actually generated from the solar system. So on a cloudy day, if we had another couple of batteries, it would see us through a cloudy day. So that would take our batteries up to 60 kilowatt hours, and I think eventually, maybe next year, we'll expand that to 100 kilowatt hours, so that in the winter when we have rainy days, you know, and so forth, it covers, it you know, brings us through those periods. Now the great thing is all this equipment is going down in price all of the time. These batteries now, the price per kilowatt hour now of these batteries is only $60 US, $60 US per kilowatt hour. So, you know, when I purchased the first batteries, they were about 120, I think it was $120 per kilowatt hour. So yeah, you can see how much the price is falling, and I'm sure this time next year it's going to be even cheaper. So, you know, we're getting to a stage where batteries will not be expensive at all. They'll be incredibly cheap. So why wouldn't you have a large battery? And I think in the future, it won't be that long, probably a couple of years down the line, I think most houses will have a battery of some sort in them. Like most houses have a boiler, and that way you can you know, get energy from you know, off peak when it's cheaper at nighttime, and then use it during peak time to save money. So, you know, again, that's something in the winter which we can do. In the winter, we can actually set it up. So let's say we're not even generating any solar, or barely any solar. Let's say it's really, really bad days for solar. We can actually charge our batteries at night time from the grid when our power is much cheaper, and then use that during the daytime. So the system still works for us. So still got a lot of work to do in here. Well, not a huge amount of work. I've just got a little bit of work to do in here, which I'll be doing in the next video. I want to get everything tidied up. I've still got dangling cables. I've still got the cover off the fuse box. I've got some panels to put back here. I've got a tool explosion here on the desk. So in the next video, we're going to be tidying everything up, getting the panels put on. I've got some nice blue colored cables, so they match the Victron equipment for all the data cables. I'm going to get all of that installed in the next video. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the system so far. Let me know what you want to see on the channel. You know, I thought about maybe I could be reviewing electrified things like the electric robot mower. Maybe you'd be interested in that, I don't know. Maybe you want to see more of the kind of building work side of things. You know, I'm not quite sure. But we have, you know, we've got lots of plans for the future, but let me know what you would like to see on Grid Busters, and I'll catch you next time.